Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. We are in the last week of April month. I chose to make weekly videos for your convenience, and now we are in the final 10 days from 22nd of April till 30th of April, and a lot will happen in this month, this particular week. On one hand, you will see that Venus moves out from the sign of Aquarius and it moves to the sign of Pisces towards the last 3 days, towards 27th of April, whereas Mercury will make its move from Aries to Taurus on 25th. Along with this, on 29th, Saturn will make its move in the sign of Aquarius. A video will come soon for that. Saturn will make its move in the sign of Aquarius, and now Saturn and Mars will join hands in the Aquarius zodiac sign. Along with that, if you see, on 30th of April, the month ends with a solar eclipse. Although it happens post midnight, so you might also see dates like 1st of May. But as per the Panchang, it is around midnight of 30th of April. And this solar eclipse is going to be a very different kind of solar eclipse. This eclipse is mostly visible over Antarctica. The southwest, I think the southwest part of South America. No landmass other than Antarctica will find this eclipse visible. But still it has a lot of astrological significance because this eclipse happens in a time when Sun, Moon and Rahu are together in the sign of Aries. So it is a significant astrological event. I'll make a separate video for the eclipse, so please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notifications. Also follow me on Telegram to get link to all videos and some interesting stuff coming soon. Follow me on Instagram, and for consultations please drop me an email. Now let's start ascendant wise analysis for the final leg of April 2022 and the effect of the planetary transits on your ascendant. Aries ascendant. For you, Sun, Mercury and Rahu will be in the first house. Therefore, communication still holds a vital role. It still plays a vital role in your life, your personality, the way your body communicates, your body language basically. All matters when it comes to influence, to create a mark, to create an impression. Venus and Mercury will move out from their respective zodiac sign this particular week, and especially on 30th of April there is an eclipse on your ascendant, so it's more like a preparation, the movement of moon towards your ascendant, and then there is a formation of eclipse. So definitely this is a week where major decisions should be taken before 25th or at least 27th. On one hand, Venus do get exalt in the sign of Pisces, but it is just the beginning of exaltation. This also means that your expenses might increase, you might feel threatened, and because of that you might end up trying to secure your life, and in order to secure your life you might end up spending more than necessary, so watch out for that. Also, there can be issues related to marriage with Ketu heading steadily in the sign of Libra. Now with Venus going in the 12th house, it is always good to take caution. And it is okay to spend if it is necessary. Leisure spending will also increase, but be very mindful of how you speak and what you speak, because whatever you speak today, because Mars and Venus are together, whatever commitments you make, tomorrow you will have to fulfill that. You cannot backtrack. So make commitments only when you can fulfill that. Overall, this is a good time. This is the time of growth. This is the time of self-discovery. But the last 3 days when Saturn will make its move in your 11th house, and then there is a solar eclipse, this marks a change in you, a change in your personality, a change in your existence, and this will carry its energy for many more years to come, because just a day after the Saturn makes move into Aquarius, eclipse happens on your ascendant. And remember, when Saturn is in Aquarius, it has a third aspect on your ascendant. So take care of your health, especially towards the end of the month of April. Take care of the health of near and dear ones. Not that something will happen, but just precaution is better than cure. And towards last 4-5 days of the month, do not take any major decision, especially related to finances, and take care of your eyesight, take care of your eyes. Try to reduce mobile and technological stuff usage of the technology, because this can affect your eyesight and affect your sleep cycle. Overall, this will be a mixed week for you. This will be a week full of transformation, positivity, gains, but don't stretch something that you cannot handle beyond a certain point. And towards the end of the week, take full care. Change is inevitable. Accept the change. Do not resist. Understand the need of the change. And financially, this is going to be troublesome towards the end. So refrain from any major financial decision or any major argument, because that can damage the reputation and that can hurt the image. Overall, in spite of it being a mixed month, the next month will be extremely good for you. Taurus Ascendant. Your Ascendant Lord Venus will make its move to the sign of exaltation on the sign of Pisces on 27th of April. A couple of days later, on 29th of April, Saturn will move into Aquarius, which is your 10th house, and Saturn will join Mars. So definitely it means that the grace of Venus is there, but the struggle of Saturn also exists. If you do the hard work, if you are ready to go with discipline, you will see that you will end up only gaining. But if you are too resistive, if you are too adamant on bending things your way, then the planets have other plans. Saturn going into the Moola Trikona zodiac sign towards the end of the month is definitely going to create a bit of chaos, unnecessary expense. One more reason is that on 30th of April, there is a solar eclipse happening, although it's not going to be visible in any part of the world at least, but it is still an eclipse. There is a Rahu, Sun and Moon conjunction in the 12th house on 30th of April and 1st of May. So this ecliptic energies in the 12th house talks more about unwanted energy entering your subconscious mind. So refrain from negativity entering. Do not watch horror movies, do not watch crime thrillers, don't expose yourself to such negative circumstance. If you're handling any negative circumstance, if you have a difficult situation, try to put that discussion on hold from 25th till 2nd of May, just for a week, just for the last week. Because if you try to address the negativity excessively, addressing is okay, finding a solution is okay, but if you know that the thing is getting dragged a lot, then it's time to put it to rest for some time and restart once the eclipse is moved out. This is also the time when you start chanting Buddha mantra, Saraswati mantra or Rahu mantra. Any of these three mantra, depending upon your horoscope's planetary position. If you are suffering from any Rahu Mahadasha, Rahu Antardasha, if there is an affliction of moon, then you can chant Rahu mantra, Rahu Bij mantra on 29th and 30th. That will help you a lot. If you are suffering from any financial problem, then chanting Kuber Lakshmi mantra will also help you in a great way. This is a week where expense can be too much. So be very careful and don't buy anything unnecessary. Anything that is luxury, if you buy it this time, you might have to end up justifying, and that may take away the joy. Also, it may also mean that you end up taking unnecessary loans and overheads that you will be regretting later on. So if you have planned thoroughly and there is an expense coming up after 27th, then I will say that even if you are going ahead with that expense, be careful. Otherwise, avoid that. Take care of your health, especially your sleep, and try to donate something to the needy and the poor, because that is the need of the hour for Taurus Ascendant. Yes, it's a good week for you because Venus, the Lagna Lord, is getting exalted, but it is also a week of initiating yourself towards discipline. If you are initiated with a mantra, you should chant that mantra, and occult energies and spiritual energies will be all-time high. If you are sensitive to those energies, you will understand that the fluctuations there will affect your mood and affect your health. Yoga, pranayam and meditation are the key to handle these strong energies, although Jupiter is in the 11th house. But now Jupiter will use the ecliptic energy to give you the necessary gains. So that means it's like a big shift, big movement, big change happening on your ascendant. This is a very important week for Taurus ascendant and Taurus moon sign, and especially if you have Sun in Taurus, because then the eclipse will happen, the solar eclipse will happen 12th from your native Surya, which means personality change is inevitable. Be flexible to the change, remove negativity, focus more on cleaning and chant Lakshmi mantra, and that will make sure that whatever is leaving, whatever is pending, is only the negativity. Gemini ascendant. Venus will move in the sign of Pisces on 27th of April. Saturn will move in Aquarius, joining Mars in the 9th house on 29th, and your ascendant lord Mercury will be in the sign of Taurus from 25th of April. Therefore, this will be the week from 22nd April till 30th of April, where you will question a lot about your gains, about what you have gained in life, profits and losses, and total expenses. This may be a week where you are worried about your future expenses, and therefore some planning is needed. You are also going to ascertain whether your total income is actually sufficient for you and for your family. This may also mean that you are going to revisit your source of income, and this may initiate a new change in your career, maybe a start of a business. This may initiate expansion of your career. So this is a good week for you. There will be a solar eclipse and Rahu Sun Moon conjunction in your 11th house on 30th. Therefore, this week will end with a lot of tension and worry towards your finances. Also, you must be very careful how you speak in your network circle, because there can be a loss of reputation because of your wrong words. So be very careful, watchful of your emails, of your speech, even what you write on social media. This is a transit where Buddha will be in the 12th house, and 12th house is also associated with foreign lands. So if you are facing any issue with foreign exports and imports, that will be resolved this week. And with some worries, because Jupiter is in the sign of Pisces, soon you will see that career will take a good position, but you must give some time. Overall, this week promises changes, transformation, but you must have to look to the dark side also and the negative side also, because only then you will be able to find a solution for that. You need to focus on your problem, because problem will be right at your face. So chant Ganesh mantra, also chant Ganesh Kavach for protection. Talk sensibly, think sensibly, and give lot of thought before your action, but also avoid unnecessary overthinking. There is a thin line between these two, and you must understand this boundary. This week is going to promise some major changes, especially from the perspective of career and finances, and there will be mentor, guide, and your near and dear ones will be there to support you. But be careful of that one person whom you trust but who doesn't deserve your trust. So it should not be a case where you are trusting people blindly, but you are also applying your own intelligence. Lagna Lord in the 12th house also shows trips and travel, but do not initiate any major travel at least till 5th of May unless it's absolutely important. It's an important week for you. Make the best use of it. Cancer moon sign and Cancer ascendant. In your case, there will be a removal of Saturnian restriction from your ascendant on 29th of April. Saturn will move in the 8th house, so there will be a strong desire to get unchained. There will be a strong desire to free yourself and flex your muscles, but be very careful that Rahu, Sun and Moon will form a Surya Grahan, Sun solar eclipse on the 10th house. Although the solar eclipse is not visible, but still it has some astrological significance. Because this eclipse is being formed in the 10th house, it means it is going to affect your karma. So think sensibly and always understand that before quitting something, before trying to give it a pause, always ask yourself, why did you begin in the first place? This is not the time to give up on anything. Rather, this is the time to address the dark energies and initiate a method to get rid of the negative forces. Overall, this week is going to be a week where Jupiter's blessing is going to be on the first house. Venus, which is your 4th lord and 11th lord, goes in the 9th house, giving you new opportunities, new areas of success, a new destiny. Also, this is a week where you should go and visit some temple. Venus and Jupiter is in the 9th house. Visit some temple, take the blessings of the divine, and you will see that you will feel more happy, more comfortable at this time. For the entire 8 to 10 days, chant Mahalakshmi mantras or Ashtalakshmi Stotra for greater benefits financially and also from the perspective of health and abundance. Take a pledge that because you will get the abundance and freedom, you will also help others who do not have this privilege. Once you take that help, Saturn Mars in the 8th house will help you create that change. But for that, you need to be the change. So be the change and create the change in society, because this is the week which will test your strength and capabilities. There will be hurdles, there will be challenges, and there will be questions raised. Think logically, play smartly, and play diplomatically. Be careful about what you speak, because sometimes truth should also be spoken in a way that it should not hurt anybody. Play diplomatic and work smart, because this is a week where you can bring much needed changes in your career and in your marriage. Avoid any dispute with your in-laws, with your brothers, and anything that has to do with inheritance. And lastly, take care of your taxes, keep your books clean, because that may cause a trouble in the month of May. Leo Ascendant. For you, Saturn will move in your 7th house and will join Mars on 29th of April, and on 30th, there will be an eclipse on your Ascendant Lord Sun. So be careful, because 1-7 axis is now under the effect of Rahu and Saturn. So this is the time when you should take care of your own image, reputation, your own self, your health, and also try to be non-reactive to situations around you unless you are needed to give a response. And even if you have to give a response, do not give a knee-jerk reaction. There can be conflicting scenarios in front of you, and you might feel stuck, or you might feel clogged with negativity so that you cannot reply or you cannot find a solution. Don't be negative, don't stress yourself, work smartly, have patience. The month of May gives you greater opportunity to do positive karma, because Sun will make its move in the sign of Taurus, and it will move in the 10th house. It will free itself from the clutches of Rahu. Overall, this particular week also have a Venus transit in your 8th house along with Jupiter, therefore bringing deep love and connect with the divine as well as with the near and dear ones. This is the time when you start building your financial security, plan your investment and taxation and insurances. It is a good time to think about your negative future, to think about the bad things that might happen, so that you could be defensive in this April month. The next 8 to 10 days, you should not be offensive, you should be defensive, because your ascendant is under constant watch of Rahu and Saturn. Do a lot of pranayam, chant Gayatri mantra, and the best remedy for you will be chanting Narsimha Kavach. Visiting Vishnu temple and offering the prayers will bring the blessings of the divine, and that will also help you walk in this particular month, so that any challenges you face, you will become victorious. You might have to see that your belief system is being challenged and a new belief system is created. Don't be a rebel. Try to understand both sides and then take a call. A humble and a strategic person, a person that is down to earth and understands in and out of a subject and then takes a call will be successful. Otherwise, you will feel stressed, anxiety. You will feel that there is a lot of pressure on you, and this mounting pressure only is suppressing you. So there will be a feeling of claustrophobic, choking kind of feeling. Don't worry, Jupiter is there to support you. Use your wisdom, and in case of doubt, do a lot of research, because only in-depth secret knowledge can support you. Virgo Ascendant. Your Ascendant Lord will be Mercury, that too in the 8th house, and Buddha will move out of the Aries zodiac sign on 25th of April. Buddha will go to the Taurus zodiac sign, that is your 9th house. So this particular week is more about understanding the secrets, knowing the data, getting the data, lot of analysis and lot of research work, understanding both the good and the bad. So you must understand both sides of the coin before taking any decision, before making a judgment, before making a statement. Proper analysis must be done. Saturn will also join Mars in the 6th house. Therefore, this is the time when you should fulfill your prarabdha, fulfill your duties, and you should be ready to do a lot of hard work. Especially if you are Virgo moon sign, definitely you will be there and you will be asked to fulfill your duties and responsibilities, and there is no escape to this. With Jupiter being directly in the 7th house, your ascendant or your moon sign is getting proper Jupiterian aspect. So definitely the circumstance will be in your favor. Things will be there to support. There will be mentors and guidance, but it will be your wish and will to follow the path. But because Buddha journey, Mercurian journey is towards the 9th house, definitely this is the time to follow dharma. Now when Venus also moves to the sign of Pisces on 27th of April, this makes Venus go exalt, and this can be financially really good time. From the perspective of marriage, this can resolve a lot of issues, but you should also understand that now Jupiter and Venus both are powerful in the 7th house, so you will have to follow the guidance, and the guidance can be of two opposite polarities. And it should be your analysis and it should be your decision to follow either Jupiter or Venus. Rather, if you have the amalgamation of both, you can have the sattva, the sattvic properties of the Guru, and the jnana of Guru, and the wish fulfillment that Venus will bring in your life. Just be careful, because there is a solar eclipse on your 8th house, which means there can be darkness on your investment, issues related to taxes and inheritance. So take care on those areas of life. Also take care on your health. When you're investing money somewhere, understand the consequences, manage the risk properly, because any risk taken in the month of April is going to give you very bad results. Having a proper data management, life management and wealth management, that proper attitude will only will give you the balanced life and will never allow you to lose your focus. And you should try your best to maintain the focus on what is right and leave behind what is wrong. Libra Ascendant and Libra Moon sign. Ketu is now on your Ascendant, and this particular week is a week when Venus will become exalt on 27th of April. And then there will be a Surya Grahan, solar eclipse, or in fact Rahu, Sun and Moon conjunction in your 7th house to be precise. This can affect relationships, and if you do not take the responsibility, if you do not understand your true role, and if you are not available for your partner, this can result into strained relations, broken relations, and even broken dispute in marriages. This can also affect your business partnership or your professional relationship with people around you. So take care of that. When Ketu moves over Libra zodiac sign, the first intention of Ketu will be to create diversification. So your mind will be on two paths. The eclipse in the 7th house is not helping you. So in this particular week, till 30th and 1st of May, just hold your ground. Wait for the right time, wait for the right conclusion. Proper data analysis is very much needed. Patience is going to be the key, and learning from experience is what that matters for you, because Saturn will make its move in Aquarius by 29th. Mars is already in Aquarius. This can also create a challenge to your productivity. There can be obstacles, but if you have proper knowledge, proper wisdom, if you work with wisdom, smart work will help you overcome all the obstacles. Chanting Vishnu Sahasranam daily is going to be extremely beneficial and helpful for you. Considering Rahu, Sun and Moon is in the 7th house, be very careful whose guidance you are following and whom you are trusting and believing. With Mercury going in the 8th house, you are in a position where you can recover your losses and convert it into investments. But play safe. Ensure your life, create financial security, and try not to engage into any debate without proper data, without proper understanding of the subject. Wrong judgment, wrong analysis can put you into a really difficult situation where things can go out of hand very quickly. Although this is just the beginning of the Rahu and Ketu transit, but if you play safe, if you are careful enough, and if you have to choose a path, if you have to take a side, take the side that you feel what is right for you, but only after careful analysis of both good and bad, and I hope you will take the side of the light. For you, the theme of this particular week will be Karmanyeva Adhikaraste Ma Phaleshu Kadachana. Keep doing the karma, don't focus on the results. Scorpio Ascendant. For you, your Ascendant Lord is in the 4th house. This is a Mars that is more focused towards creating comfortable work environment. When Saturn goes there, it also shows that there can be some restrictions, especially if you have to deal with properties, real estate, house, assets, car, and your sleep. Try to reduce your stress, because stress can actually create a lot of problems. Although your Ascendant no longer has Ketu, so try not to stay in the past. This is the time to move on. This is the time to get out from the clutches of darkness. On 25th, Mercury will move from the 6th house to 7th house, giving you necessary data, necessary information to play with. And with the right amount of information, you will be in a position to take right amount of decision. Right decision should be made towards business and marriage, because Buddha will be in the 8th house. There can be some help from your inheritance. There can be some return of inheritance, return of interest. Also, there can be some help from your in-laws that can stabilize your life. This is the time to sit and talk, not the time to wage a war. Venus, which is with your Mars right now, which is making you over-enthusiastic, which is making you creative, will now become more and more guru-like. It will install the feeling of sacrifice, and so you should donate some money, books, towards the education of poor children. With Jupiter and Venus in the 5th house, this is the week of learning. This is the time of learning. And the more you learn from your life, the more you learn from your experience, it will be great for you. But don't get confused between two types of learning. You have to understand both sides of life, good as well as bad. So do not reject anything, rather understand the importance of every single situation, people and moment of your life. This is the week for solidifying your belief. This is the week to stabilize your efforts. This is the week to face the challenge, but with a lot of smartness, with intelligence and wisdom. This is a week where there can be some expenses associated with what you like. So this is the right time to buy stuff that you want, but obviously limit your expense in a way that it doesn't burn your pocket. Overall, it's going to be a very good week for you. It's going to be a week of creativity, a week of learning, and a week of smart ideas. So if you want to get out of the box solution, this is the week, and you should be more and more philosophical and think more about the future. Right time to plan your life ahead. Overall, this is the week of achievement, success, motivation, growth, and overall platform building process. So utilize this week, and don't worry about the the Surya Grahan, which will happen in your 6th house, but be careful about the enemies and negativity surrounding you. Time to throw out the negativity. Time to take moksha from something that is hurting you. Sagittarius Ascendant. For you, two important events are going to happen. One, there will be a Saturn movement in the sign of Aquarius on 29th, and then a solar eclipse, Rahu, Sun and Moon conjunction in your 5th house. Why this is important? Because for Sagittarius, Moon and Sun rules 8th and 9th house, and they are connected with Rahu in the 5th. Therefore, any test of luck, any attempt of trying to gain sudden gains out of speculative business, share market, risky investments can really backfire. So be very careful. Do not try to gamble at this point. Life will push you or provoke you. Planets will provoke you to gamble your finances. And this is not the time to resign, take a drastic step related to career. Rather, this is the time that will question your intelligence and your abilities to take the challenges head on and your ability of decision making. When you're expressing something, express in a way that it becomes more and more positive, more and more influential, but in a constructive manner. Any kind of abuse, wrong use of words should be carefully avoided, and there should be no anger triggered response, because that can put your image into chaos. That can put your reputation at stake. Now, when Rahu is with Moon and Sun, that too in the 5th house, this is the time to learn. So initiate some learning process. It can be an academic learning for students. It can be a certification for people who are involved into business and career. It can also be spiritual learning that's true for everyone, and you can learn Vedas, Purans, Upanishads. There are so much of study material available. So start learning. What is the purpose of this learning? Actually, there is no purpose. The only purpose is to gain more and more knowledge, because when you see the knowledge through the scientific lens, through the lens of seeking, not believing something, you will decipher the true essence of the spiritual past, the true essence of the spiritual knowledge. Saturn in the 3rd house, along with the Mars towards the end of the week, will also aspect 9th house, and that is why your efforts towards your duties, your efforts towards your dharma will be appreciated. Your ascendant is getting freer, and this particular week is only going to give you more and more growth, but you will have to take care of your health, your diet, and your health. The exercise, yoga, pranayam, mudras, hasta mudra are going to be beneficial to maintain day-to-day health, day-to-day activities. Procrastination is going to be your enemy this week, so be more and more proactive. Overall, for Sagittarius Ascendant and Sagittarius Moon sign, and especially Sagittarius Moon sign, briefly it will be the end of Sadesati for you. So definitely it's a lot of relief. Ketu is also no longer in Scorpio, therefore your Ascendant is also no longer in Pap Kartari. This particular week also shows Venus, which is an Upachaya Lord, 6th and 11th Lord, going in the 4th house exalt, which can result into build-up of assets, property development, real estate. So if you want to buy a home, if you want to book a car, if you want to plan to increase your assets, this is the time. This is also the time when some Vastu remedies done towards your home will lead you to abundance and happiness. This is the time when you have to figure out where you really are happy, and a perfect blend of materialistic life and spiritual development is going to keep you happy throughout the next 10-12 days. And in fact, this will lay the foundation for this entire year. Treat this 10 days as one of the most important duration, the most important timeline in your life that will possibly leave its impact for many more weeks to come. Overall, for Sagittarius, this is the time for development, a new thinking out of the box, and being more and more constructive, but rather in a difference. So you can create a difference in your life, and the solar eclipse will also trigger a positive chain reaction in your life that will give you more and more positive output. But you will have to be very careful whose side you are on. If you choose the path of darkness, both Jupiter and Venus will be under the Pap Kartari from 27th of April, and that is not going to help you at all. This is the time when you will think more about cutting your debts, fulfilling your duties, and that is exactly what you should do. Overall, this is a positive week, so by chanting Vishnu Sahasranam and taking the name of Bhagavan Shiva, chanting Om Namah Shivaya is going to be extremely helpful. Also chant Aditya Hriday Stotra for more benefits in case you have defects or affliction of sun. Capricorn Ascendant. This is the last week when Saturn is in your first house, at least till July 2022. Saturn will make its move in the second house, joins Mars on 29th, whereas there is an eclipse happening in the fourth house. Overall, this is the week of transformation. This is the week of analytical thinking, but this is also the week where you cut down your needs and focus on the minimalistic lifestyle. Otherwise, you will end up spending more than necessary. Your presence in your family is also needed, so be available. Don't ignore your duties. Go for wealth management this week. This week is very good for wealth management, planning your investment and taxation for this entire year. Overall, if I see that you might get frustrated because of the assets being non-productive or the delay in procurement of assets, procurement of substances, ingredients needed to run your business and career. But don't get frustrated. This is the time to invest, and then in the future you will get the results of your investment. Don't follow greed. There may be darkness entering your heart, so follow Pankaj Mudra. Do Pankaj Mudra 5 times a day and take the name of Lord Surya by chanting Gayatri Mantra. This will help you bring light in your life. Avoid eating at night and avoid staying late in the night because that can hurt your health very badly. Overall, because your ascendant is now seeing the release from the Shani, it only shows that you are gaining more and more. You are going to fulfill your duty and you will be able to fulfill your prarabdha. But you should also understand that your resources will be limited, and you will see that any wrong words, any debate that you do will be negative, will hurt you in the long run. So be very careful with the words that you speak. Although this is a good time for lawyers, surgeons, politicians, this is the good time for actors and spiritual seekers, public speakers. Overall for Capricorn, this is the week of relief. But this is also the time when you address the negativity inside your heart and you work towards the negativity to get rid of it and seek the light. Aquarius Ascendant. Saturn will make its move in your first house towards the end, and there will be an eclipse in the third house, so be very careful of some actions in your life, some decisions in your life. There will be some compulsive scenarios where you might have to be present, where your role and your involvement is necessary in spite of you not liking the scenario. But here you are supposed to fulfill your duty because it's kind of learning. So learn from every event that happens in your life in this week. Venus will also become exalt in your second house, so at least this ensures wealth security, financial security, and you may also gain money. So if you're planning to switch your job and if you've planned it through, then yes, you can try, although it won't be easy because you will be involved in your work, you will be engrossed in it, and there will be situations or difficult situations and events in your life that will take away most of your time. This may hamper your sleep and therefore overall health. People who are suffering from blood pressure, whether high or low, should be careful. Avoid stress and manage your time properly, because if you don't manage your time properly, it will hurt you in the long run. Take decisions very, very carefully. Manage your expression in a way that it should not hurt anybody. Be very aware of what you're speaking and what your words may lead to. So consequences of your action is more important. Karma is more important for you, yes, but now the results of the karma, what it can produce, the judgment of that result is more important. So focus the future and then take a call. Mercury will make its move in the fourth house, therefore This will be good towards finding out what is right and what is wrong. Jupiter is already in the third house. Overall, planets are there to support you, but you may be pushed and your back may hit the wall. And for the time being, for a week or two, you may feel that you're not getting the relief. But wait, this is just a learning, just a small phase, and it will pass very soon. The month of May will bring good future. Yes, third house will be under Pap Kartri, so you might also feel that you are getting restricted, you are getting choked, and you don't have freedom to move. But Jupiter is there in the third house with Venus. You must learn from every circumstance, and that's the theme of the transit of planets in the month of April. Pisces Ascendant. Jupiter is in your first house, so your ascendant is gaining most of the strength. But still there is something to be relieved from. There is something that you must let go. There is no point cribbing. So don't crib about your career, don't crib about your problems. But rather, if you have something to share with a counselor, a healer, a learned person. And when you are sharing, be prepared to throw it out completely. Don't take it back. It's not the time when you will revisit the past again and again and you will be trapped in loop. This is the time to break the loop and become more and more wise, more and more evolved. Yes, Saturn will move towards your 12th house, therefore your Lagna ascendant will go under Pap Kartri. But it's not that really bad, because after all, Guru is there in its own house. This Pap Kartri will be for your learning, this Pap Kartri will be for your own development. This is more like realignment and reinforcement rather than any kind of restriction. Overall, if I see that your 7th Lord Mercury is going to go in the 3rd house, so you may have to work towards fulfilling the wishes of your partner. You will have to work smartly towards your business, and you will have to plan your business. And if you want to initiate a business, this is the right time, especially if it is about goods and services, exports and imports. But the 2nd house, seeing the effect of the eclipse on 30th of April, also talks about the theme of the upcoming few weeks. So financially, you have to create more and more security for the next 8 to 10 days. Don't put your money into stock right now at least, and don't put your money into risky investment. Create a fund where you can manage the next 6 months of expense and treat it like an emergency fund. This is like preparation for the rainfall, and you don't buy umbrella because you know tomorrow there is going to be rainfall. You buy an umbrella because of the possibilities. So prepare for all possibilities, and Jupiter in the 1st house will protect you. It is there to give you, but you must also understand Jupiter is Guru. So unless you are ready to learn, unless you are a student, you won't get a Guru. There should be a Guru-Shishya relationship between you and Brihaspati, and for that, chant Brihaspati Bij Mantra. Fast on Thursdays and donate on Thursdays to poor people, to the needy. It can be your money, also your time, whatever is good and whatever is needed from your part. Understanding responsibility and being more matured, reducing anger, doing stress management and eating healthy and following a sattvic lifestyle is the theme not only for this particular week but also for entire year. But because if you don't follow, then the restrictions will come and it will block you. But this week can make you much insecure about your finances. So be careful towards that. Don't try to take initiatives just because of that insecurity. Think, plan smartly, and go for long-term approach. Avoid short-term gains.